Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the cards for the 6th of July 2017. I'm going to get straight on with these because I'm running a little bit behind. First thing, can I say, if you do book a Skype reading via my booking system on my website and your Skype name is different to your Skype email, is different to the email that you book with, could you please send a separate email with your Skype name and Skype email as well, just so that I can find you. You know, just few little problems with that this week, but it's nothing that can't be sorted. Okay, so I just thought I'd say that. Right, okay, so today, quickly, we have the Strength card. Now, this is strange because this week every single one has been a major arcana, but they've all been about internal. You know, we've had the Emperor, we've had the Chariot, and now we've got the Strength card here. So that's quite interesting in itself. I don't think it's about externals this week. I think it's about internals and sort of taming the beast within, if that makes sense. So this is talking about strength and the secret of strength as well. You know, so when we do tame this beast within, we can then, you know, we do it without force. It's we recognize it, you know, we are harnessing our own spiritual power, and we are making decisions, and our actions are sort of relying on that, you know. So we take the power inside, which is, you know, very, very strong, but it's very, very gentle. And then this is what we project into the outside world as well. So this tells you that, you know, we will be faced with dangerous situations, or situations where they get us annoyed, or they get us our backs up, or they get us scared. But by harnessing this energy, you know, and by coming from a love base as well, we can actually tackle this so much better than actually fighting with it. Quite interesting last night. I had a very strong psychic attack last night, about 2:30 this morning. It woke me up. It was boof. It was, you know, I knew what was happening. You know, I was aware of it, but my initial thought was to get scared, and then it was like, no, I am stronger than this. And I actually said that out loud, and I said, I am stronger than you, you know. My poor little dog was whimpering and everything. He was feeling it. It took about an hour to get it under control, but I did, you know, went back to sleep, and everything is fine. You know, I might do a video one day on psychic attacks, because I don't want to, you know, just put little bits in today that may scare somebody or anything. Like I say, there's nothing to be scared of, you know. But what I done was I used the feelings I was getting there. I used them constructively. Okay, I didn't allow myself to fall into the fear, to run into the fear, you know, or to try and fight the fear, which would have used up all my energy. I went internal. I called on the protectors, you know, and they'd done their job. So strength is not about ignoring these primal urges that you have, but it's about embracing them, and it's about you controlling them as well. And what happens with when you are growing spiritually, you become more aware, and this awareness is what helps your strength. You know, you learn to control your emotions more. You learn to control your negative emotions, which are fear, anger, jealousy, things like that. You know, you take them in, you sort them out, you know, and then you don't project them outwards, you know. So what happens is this actually, your outer world starts to be affected by your inner strength, you know, because if you're not playing the game and you're not sort of, you know, I've always said, it's like, you know, somebody can only play tennis. You could have two bats and a ball, but if nobody is hitting that back to you, you are never going to play tennis. And this is what happens a lot when we are fighting, or when we feel that we are under threat in some way. We try to attack, and that gives them power. You know, if we are attacking back, you know, so it's just go internal, you know, and just hold a mirror up to them. You know, one of the greatest things I ever seen was a protest, and there was all of these sort of riot police and everything, all standing with, you know, very scary, you know, the way they were looking, and people were just standing with mirrors to them, and you know, that's what they were saying. You know, these people weren't engaging with it, and this is what strength is talking about, you know. And our inner strength can get us through so much. It already has. Look at the things that you've endured already. because you've found this inner strength and you've tapped into it, you know. So what you do as well when you are acting like this, you are encouraging others to be the same. So somebody who might want to attack you or whatever, you know, I actually said last night during this, what is your problem with me? What is it you're annoyed at? You know, because it's coming from somewhere. You know, I haven't figured that out yet, but I will. You know, and then act accordingly. So this is it, you know, like I say, you can gently confront without having to attack. Um, so this is it. It's sort of, you know, just use it. Don't preach it. You know, all of these people go, look at me, I'm a Muslim man. Look at how strong I am. They're usually the ones that need to pick a fight in a bar to show other people, look, I can fight. I can have look how strong I am. You know, a strong person is the one that walks away from it. That's what actually takes guts, you know. So, like I say, really look at strength today, you know, and this is a huge part of soul development, you know, tackling your inner strength and using it accordingly as well. So have a look at what is challenging you at the moment, you know, because whatever is challenging you, there is a big spiritual reward at the end of it. Okay, so it's like any problems you're having can be resolved if you look at them differently. If you've been attacking and fighting and fighting and fighting your way through, and it hasn't been working, then you know just turn it on its head. I done this a few years ago with somebody in my life, and it was a nasty battle. It went on for quite a while. It was hurting me, hurting them. It was legal stuff involved and everything. And in the end, I turned around to them and I said, "Look, I love you. You know, I love you. I'm not prepared to fight anymore. You do what you need to do. That's fine. But I can't do this. You know, it was eating me up inside. It was killing me inside. You know, so I surrendered to it, and I just sent love in that direction. There has never been an argument about it since, you know, and that was a simple act to do, you know, to surrender to it and say, I'm not fighting anymore, you know. So, like I say, when we send love to whatever is scaring us, whatever is attacking us, you know, then you know we are the one that's winning. It's not about winning, but we are winning then because we are not taking, you know, the negativity on board with us. And love is the strongest force of all, you know. And when we can do this, when we can actually tackle, you know, when we can use our strength, you know, our inner strength to tackle problems, you know, rather than actually fighting or battling with them, this is honoring both our masculine and our feminine side. We talked about our masculine side on Monday, didn't we, with the Emperor? And today is all about the feminine side, I think, you know, embracing and sending love. So it's like, look at how much energy you use when you are angry or when you feel that you've been wronged. You know, it eats you up inside. It's horrible. You cannot settle. You have this horrible feeling inside of you. You know, you have this fear. You go through the arguments in your head, what you're going to say to them, and you end up in this crazy head mess of anger, you know. And a lot of times we're not angry for what we think we are. You know, it may not be that person who was attacking us that is causing this anger. This anger might be way deep rooted to something somebody else done to us. And this person is just highlighting that. And it's like breaking the wound open again, you know. So really look at what is getting you angry at the moment. Look at where you're getting challenged, you know, and see, are your feelings really about this particular situation, or are there somebody else's stuff that you are projecting onto this person as well, you know? Because using up all of this energy, direct it elsewhere. Last night, like I say, I called on the angels, I called on the protectors, and I went into my own meditation that was filled with love, you know? It was beautiful, actually, and I felt it lift. I felt whatever was there, it lifted, you know? So I could have used that energy for fear, but I didn't. I used it to actually protect me in a way where I knew I was going to be protected. I give myself self-love, you know, and I sent that out as well. So a lot of times when we're angry, we want to get back at somebody. If somebody has hurt us, we want to get back at them. The best way to do this, you know, best way to, you know, get back at somebody is to get on, you know, leave them. That's it. Leave them behind. Don't engage with it. Walk away, rather than fight, because fighting is only going to hurt you more as well, you know. So if somebody is challenging you, somebody is attacking you, you don't have to stand for it, You don't in any way. You just walk away from it. So this card is telling us that any rage or any anger that we're feeling today, quell it, turn it internal, use that energy for something else. Think rationally as well. And it is the stronger of us that can do this. Strength is not like a force in which we exert power over other people, but it is a force where we can stop people exerting power over us. Our mind is such a powerful thing, and if we let it take us over, it can take us into some crazy places. But you are not your mind. You have control of that, you know. So this is what it's saying. I mean, if we look at this girl here, she's standing next to the lion, and the lion is our friend. Now, she probably got cuts and bites and everything in trying to tame that lion. It wasn't easy, but now she's done it, and that is a strength stand behind her. So if you manage to tame your strength and tackle your strength, then this will be something that will aid you, and something that will aid you with on your life, and with on your journey as well, So like I say, this is not letting our mind control us, not letting external situations control us. We can't control the actions of others. We can control how we let them affect us. We have got the power in that, And like I say, a lot of times our inner balance can be drowned out by our emotions, by our fears, This time it's turn them off, Stand strong. Because like I say, there's, this is what you need to do. This is your strength is being called on now, and it's you're not going to be strong by fighting. That is not going to make you strong. By stopping the fighting is going to make you strong. And also look at as well, what Gandhi said, I will not let anybody walk through my mind with their dirty feet. You are the gatekeeper of your mind, and you let in who you want. And sometimes it's like, if your name's not down, you're not getting in, So that's it. This is quite an interesting reading today, because the card that we have with Osho, like I say, Osho always goes straight to the bones, doesn't he? He hits straight to the core. And this card is fighting. And if we have a look at this card, look at that guy there. His knuckles are white. His eyes are red. I don't know if you can see this. His fists are clenched that tightly. And he is full of rage, He's got all of this spiky armor on him. But if we have a look at this, what I love about this card, I always say it, is that armor is rusty. So it's like this has been going on for some time. Look at where you've been fighting and fighting and fighting. And it's a losing battle, So this is not a new situation here. And if we have a look in the top, I don't know, can you see two people like fighting there? And they're at loggerheads. And it's just like, rah, 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 and nothing is being said. Nobody is listening to the other person, because as soon as you start shouting or something like that, the other person switches off and they just want to win, So this is a battle for control and a need to dominate the situation. When we feel threatened, as I've said, our first response is to attack. We try to possess, or we try to own it, or we try to own that argument, and our ego is saying, don't give in, you don't deserve that, you need to get them back, But in doing this, are you hurting the other person where this is directed to, or is it coming back to you, and it is causing you to live in pain? When we cover ourselves in armor like this, it makes it hard for us to move. Has anybody ever wore a suit of armor? You cannot move freely with it, So when you thinking you're protecting yourself, you're not, you're just cutting yourself off. When we have armor, if you think you have a wound and you have armor over like this, the air cannot get to it. The air cannot be cleared. The air cannot help this wound heal. So by taking this off, you are allowing yourself to heal from whatever has gone on. I'm not saying stay around when people are abusing you. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is walk away, but don't feel that you need to protect yourself and stay. You can walk away and be free from it, So if our wounds are all covered up, are all covered up like this, all they do is fester, And this is how these people develop this inner anger that has been there, and this resentment that has been there years and years and years, you know, and it's never seen fresh air. It just goes over and over and over in their head, and you can see it on people's faces. You can see people when they're filled with rage and bitterness, you know. Roald Dahl said it, didn't he? That people, if you think lovely thoughts, they will shine out of your face like sunbeams, and you will always look lovely. And that is the people that let things go. The people that are usually built up with anger and rage and resentment are usually the people that get sick as well. They develop diseases because disease is disease, you know. So by freeing yourself and walking away from any situation that you feel attacked under, you are freeing yourself to live a longer, more healthy life as well. People don't realize that, where our emotions that we have stored inside, you know, affect our health, and they can cause disease if we allow this disease in and we allow it to penetrate. So it's about letting things go as well, Like I say, in life, pain is necessary. We all experience it, but suffering is optional. And by staying like this, and constantly having this fight in your mind of having to stand up for yourself, or having to defend yourself, or having to fight because you want to win, it's futile, you know. It is. If you feel like you've got to fight for something to cling on to it, it's not yours anyway. If you feel like you've got to defend yourself all the time, the person that you're having to defend yourself with is not worthy of your time. Fighting is futile. It serves no other purpose than to just enrage yourself, and have you in this. Like I say, look at his knuckles, and look at his eyes there as well. So what this is saying is practice forgiveness, send love to the situation, Instead of holding on to this anger or this hurt, forgive yourself, forgive the other person, and walk away from the fight. What we are doing here, we are not condoning their actions. We're not saying it's okay, but we are removing ourselves from that situation so that we no longer feel the pain. We are releasing ourselves from this cage. It's like a cage fighter, because we build this around us, and we're freeing ourselves to live a life without drama, without blame, and without resentment as well. So this card is saying, be a lover, not a fighter. If you are thinking that there's an area of your life that you need to fight in, question why. Have the strength to know that you can go it alone. You don't have to put up with this, Look at what is serving you. It's time to let go. It's time to take that armor off, and it's time to just use your strength and stand tall. This is what it's saying there. So that's quite interesting. The Colette Baron Reid card we've got today is Yin. Now, this is the feminine. We had Yang the other day. This is the feminine. And like I've said, this is about embracing the both sides of us, And it's like, what this is saying here is, allow things to flow. Don't fight up against them. What we resist persists, okay? That is it. So if we are there ready for a fight, we're going to get one. If we just let that flow and go past us, it's like we don't chase it. It's like, all right, okay, and let it go past us. This is when when we're not engaging. I've said the first art of war, do not engage. We're not fighting. We're not fighting. We want to get on, and that's it. And if somebody is trying to stop us, or we feel we keep getting pulled back, then that's it. It's not good for us. So like I say, this is talking about using your sensitivity, your feminine aspects here. Be alert. Look at the actions of others as well, and see how they are actually affecting you in your life. If they're good, and they enhance it, great, let them stay. If they don't, and they actually affect your life physically, let them go. This is it. We've got to make way for the miracles that are there in life to appear. And as the Course in Miracles says, a miracle appears when we change our perception, from fear to love. So if we are scared all the time, we are not going to allow miracles into our life. When we change our fear into love, and get rid of what is causing our fear, this is when we can expect miracles, and that is not being unrealistic. It's like, who was it that said, yeah, I am realistic, I expect miracles. So this is it. Don't allow yourself to be shaped. Be the shaper. People will take note of this. You might not be the one to witness it, but people will see, and think, right, okay, how did they manage that? How do they stay so calm? How do they stay so happy? And it's because they are not allowing, they're not fighting anymore. They're surrendering. They're letting go what needs to go. So this is a conscious surrender that this card is talking about. When you take control in this way, like with the chariot the other day, you find that your life moves effortlessly. You're not constantly fighting for something. You can actually get what you truly desire, So people will tell you who they are by their actions, not by their words. Watch their actions and then see if somebody, if somebody is arguing with somebody on the phone or somebody has a complaint, how do they deal with that? Are they nice to the person? Because you can get more flies with honey than you can with vinegar. Or are they nasty and are they aggressive and do they want to win and put that person down? And then see how that actually affects their life and yours if they're in it as well. So allow people to let their actions speak for them, because that's what actually works. So this is saying that, be an observer today. Be an observer of your own feelings. Be an observer of those around you as well, because this will show you the way forward, and you will probably be like quite pleasantly surprised with it. It might be something that you haven't seen before. So I'm going to quickly do a spirit card. I hope that made sense to you. Right. Love these cards. Card that came out there is an angel watching over you. Angel over me. Protection card. Angel wings surround you. Trust. Replace fear with love. You are eternally held safe in the arms of an angel. That is exactly what happened to me last night. Exactly what happened, And that was how I was able to replace my fear with love. I trusted. And this is it. You are being guided. You are being watched over. You are being protected. Okay? Just take yourself out of that situation that you need protection from. Okay, so I hope that made sense. If any of you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. There's one emergency available today, one tomorrow. After that, it's next week, the appointments that are available. But please, I hope this has made sense today to some of you. I will talk about this psychic attack another time. I just haven't got time today, but it's fine. I actually feel stronger. It was great. I tackled it, and yeah, back bigger and stronger. Okay, so have an absolutely fabulous day, and I'm sending a lot of love to you as well. Okay, Sat Nam.